Hey man, y'all need to tune in immediately, right now. Stop everything that you're doing. Log on, Compton Mania. Follow Compton Mania. Tune in. Compton Mania. It's Hub City Dre. Yeah.
We are going to make an Haoommm intro right now. I heard there was a radio show that was really a podcast. We've been waiting patiently for the ratings skyrocket. See, radio show, but it's a podcast. Oh yes, but it's a podcast. Yes. But it's a podcast. Haoommm Radio, but it's a podcast. At Nate the producer, I am Davion. Good night.
Haoommm Radio. Haoommm Radio. But it's a podcast show.
Welcome to the Haoommm Show, brought to you by Compton Mania, and your host tonight, Showtime Walking.
Come on, knock on my door. Come on, knock on my door. Take a look at the floor. Take a look at the floor. Haoommm is waiting for you. Yes, alligator in the camera. Put it on my teeth again and see what's gonna happen. I will. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today's show is awesome. We have a special guest. If he had a book, it would be called A Square from the Hood. You ever know somebody from the hood that's just athletic for no reason? Fuck him. You understand? He a couple of years younger than you, and he tearing y'all up in basketball. One of the coldest dudes to ever play. I mean, if you know me, you know me. I'm trying to foul. I'm not gonna let nobody that's 2 years younger than me fuck me up in basketball, but he did so religiously, dunking on all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about a guy who's pro, who still keeps the dream alive, plays overseas. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Brandon Nevens. That was ugly.
What it do?
Haoommm! My God.
Man, good to see you, brother. Good to see you too, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro.
And before I sit down, because I almost did it again, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you my cousin. He ain't my cousin. DNL did it. He's my cousin. Get your numbers up.
Promotion. He's a promotion. Promotion. Yeah, okay. All right. Come over here. DNL did it. Okay. You got it. DNL did it.
Haoommm! Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with D-Nev. I like that voice. Ladies and gentlemen, I like that. But lady, what's the deal, my man?
Man, I can't complain, man. Just blessed to be here.
Hey,
Thanks
Brandon,
for having me
I
on.
appreciate you, man. Hey, let everybody know where you from.
Man, I'm from North Long Beach, California.
North side.
Yeah, man. Carmelitos area.
Dun, 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 dun.
Atlantic and 51st, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Born in LA, but moved to Long Beach when I was like 5 years old.
Long Beach. That's crazy because me being from Compton, I went to like a lot of Long Beach schools, and I know what that Carmelito life is like. Everybody in the Carmelitos, what it do though?
What it do, man?
So let's talk about this. Like growing up, right up the street in Long Beach, the book that we talked about when I introduced you, A Square in the Hood. What was that like growing up?
It was pretty tough because, you know, your parents, they work so hard to keep you out of trouble. My mom's single mother. She would do all these different jobs just to, raise the family. I was raised by my grandfather as well, so that was a big influence. But, in between the household and, going to church and going to school, trying to stay out the way, you run into the bullies. You got the gang members, you know what I'm saying?
So you're not a part of a gang?
Never wanted to be either.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's black is not in the gang.
Absolutely.
I am not in the gang neither, but I know a lot of people that are with the business, for sure.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of friends, people I went to school with, affiliates, family members too. But I was raised in the church, so doing that, playing sports, basketball, football, a little bit of baseball, I was able to kind of maneuver and stay in my lane and stay out the way, because I grew up with people that passed away, that ended up getting shot, getting pressed for no reason. There was a whole wave. Even in high school, they had, gang riots and people
all the
just,
time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. I remember, I want to say early 2000s up to 2005, 2006, it was people getting shot at bus stops, man. I mean, going to movie theaters or going to the parks, anything. It was a crazy time.
That's crazy too, because I know a lot of people can't really imagine that's our reality.
Yeah.
You imagine, regular people, they go to school and they worry about reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Right.
Us, we're worried about living. And then we'll figure out the reading, writing, and arithmetic. You know what I'm saying? And titties and distractions. But back to the situation. What being from the Carmelitos, with the dream, how did that keep you out of trouble?
I would say just always just doing it and never quitting. Because once you quit, you're more likely to kind of get into other stuff, whether it's someone else influence you. I remember being a kid, and the teenagers that grew up in my my neighborhood, they were smoking weed already. And these kids was like only like 11, 12, 13, you know what I'm saying? And I remember vividly, they would be chilling on the stairs, you know, just smoking weed. And I'm only about like 6, 7 years old watching this. I could have easily, you know, fell into that type of lifestyle if I didn't play sports and I wasn't in church. So my mom, you know, I was scared of her too. So she kept me out of that. You know, she was really aggressive, militant, always making sure I was at home in a decent hour, making sure I didn't get into any type of stuff like that. So whenever I did, and there was times when I did, I would get out of school, not ditch school, but I would get out of school and I would be with my cousin or somebody like that or a friend, and then I would go, you know, be running around in the Carmelitos, you know. And for the people that don't know, the Carmelitos is like a project neighborhood.
Yes, it is.
In Long Beach.
Yes, it is.
So, you know, it's not as crazy as L.A. or Compton or nothing like that. But
it's damn near close. It ain't too far from it, for sure. That's for sure. Them Carmelitos ain't no joke. Like, and that's interesting too. And I also want to highlight this because, like I said earlier in basketball, how you used to bust our ass. You're a couple of years younger, but you're not soft neither. Like, and I wanna make sure I preface that because a lot of times we think that because somebody ain't a part of anything or affiliated, you think that they soft, but you wasn't no bitch at all. And like, even though we did foul hard, he came back and he would come back and dunk on our ass, and I would try to tackle that nigga there. Like, he would come back, and it was never no fights. It's just we were really competitive.
Yeah.
And you, like, did you know when you was fucking us up? Did you know that you was clearly better than us?
I did, but I never underestimated anyone's game.
Straight up.
So that's why I would always be at my best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even at my worst, I wouldn't even allow myself to think like that. Like,
Right.
okay, I can just, you know, do something to this dude, go crazy with buckets or whatever, because it might be a time where somebody might cross you up or dunk on you, and then you the laughing stock of the whole out of all your friends. You know what I'm saying? So
I can specifically remember too him dunking on me, and I'm like, he's never gonna dunk on me again. And then he was like, all right, don't trip, and you would start pulling up on me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and this is before Steph Curry was Steph Curry. Like, this nigga, like, I used to call him Vince Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like the bald head, everything, and he would be tearing our asses up. Like, let's also like get into the fact that you being who you are, when you started to come into your own, like even in high school, were you a popular kid?
No, not at all. I remember when I was going to Lakewood High, I had got a lot of slack to begin with because the thing was I was supposed to go to Long Beach Jordan, which was my home school. And,
where I went, Alma Mater, 2003.
Yeah, man. Ended up moving to Bellflower around that time.
Belltown.
So I was kind of torn in between where I should go. And shout out to my friends, you know, Cameron, Mario, Carlos, Brandon. We all grew up together on that
Cameron,
block.
you went to Lakewood too?
No, I went to Milliken. Right.
Oh, that's right. You did went to Milliken Rams. I remember.
I seen him a lot more than all the other I seen Brandon a lot in high school.
So I had all my friends, my new friends in Bellflower, but I still had my old friends from Long Beach. So
Right.
I had a lot of slack. You know, people, when I chose to go to Lakewood, people was like, damn, like, you a white boy now, you a suburb dude now, like, you know, calling me all these names and stuff because I didn't decide to go to the J. So the crazy thing was I played freshman summer league with Jordan, basketball. So I was supposed to play with them. I played for Coach Roseboro. Massey would come. Coach Massey, rest in peace, used to come to the
Coach
games.
Massey, man.
Yeah, man. I played for the Long Beach Sixers, AAU club ball, you know. So all my friends, people that I knew, like even family members, like my cousin, you know, DeMonte, shout out to my cousin. We were on the same team growing up playing club ball. So I got a lot of heat for going choosing Lakewood, you know.
I I think some of the heat you got was because you went to them damn Jackrabbits.
Hey, shout out Polly as well, man.
No,
the East
no
side,
shout
man.
out to Polly.
I played Pop Warner
fucks with
football
Polly.
with them growing up. Played 3 years with the North Long Beach Panthers.
That's right.
First,
the Panthers.
So I had to mess with the Beach first, and then, or I should say with the North first, and then I went to the East side and played with the Jackrabbits.
You know, I had to say that because Polly was Long Beach Jordan Amigos. I couldn't stand Polly, a Jackrabbit.
Now, this wasn't high school. This was Pop Warner, so I was still a little kid.
It's Polly.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah, man. So when I ended up going to Lakewood, you know, as we said, our rivals was Milliken, Wilson usually, you know. But, yeah, man, when I first got there, I was not popular at all, dude. Like, I remember before I even got on the team, you know, because I didn't play the summer league with them, I had to try out. So basically walking on in high school, you know. So first day at school, actually the first few weeks, I would just kick it in the hallway by myself, man. Just do my work, do my homework.
So you were, would you consider yourself like a loner?
I was a loner for sure, because I had a lot of anxiety. Still deal with that too, but I didn't really trust a lot of people. I was at a new school. Not familiar with anybody from Lakewood, so I remember my older cousin, she went there as well. She was a senior at the time. So she would give me my rides to school and rides home, and I would catch the bus home too a lot. So I was always by myself, man. Didn't have any friends. Nobody knew who I was. And yeah, man, ended up trying out for the team, and I made varsity my first year.
Wow. Were you shocked?
It was me and another dude named Davon. Shout out to Davon. We were the only two that made varsity that year, and that was 2001.
Were you shocked you made varsity?
I was, because I thought I sucked in tryouts.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I
Why
played terrible.
did you think you sucked?
Because there was this dude, man, that one of my homeboys to this day, his name is Ryan, man. He was ball hogging the whole tryout. And I couldn't stand him at that time, man, because I thought he was going to be the reason for my failure. But the coach who ran the tryout, he asked a lot of questions that a lot of players didn't know at that time because they were young. And mind you, I played AAU club ball, so I kind of already knew the intangibles about playing ball, the plays, the structure, where to be on the court. It's an intelligence game. It's not really about talent. That's part of it, but scouts and when you're doing tryouts, you got to be smart. You got to be intelligent and know how to, you know, maneuver and do different things to expand your game. So that's what I did, man. Coaches were calling plays, and I executed those plays. And everybody else couldn't do it.
Message, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, simple motion offense. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew how to do that.
You know why, though? It's a difference, and this is something that me and Cam talk about a lot. It's about you didn't just play it to get bitches.
Right.
You didn't play it to get trophies. You just loved the game. And when you love something, you study the craft. You study the intangibles that come with it. And this is the reason why I felt like, to me, Kobe was a god.
Oh, man.
Because he helped me understand what I saw.
Yeah.
And explained it. Not just like, oh, I got a dunk, I put up 81 points. Yeah. He would break down like the opponent and all that. And you've always been like that, because I remember, like I said, like it took me a minute to, like when you first came in here, to be like, what? But he used to fuck us up in so many different ways. Like, that's crazy. So we're going to continue with this interview, but first, my grandma has something to tell for you. Tell him, Nana.
Compton Mania! Compton Mania! Compton Mania! For all ages, from 0 to infinity. All ages got something from Compton Mania. Compton Mania. Compton Mania. Compton Mania!
That's crazy, man. So
I like that, man. That's like a 300 thing right there.
The
Man.
Haoommm?
Sparta, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm glad you think about it like that, because me and Cameron was on some other type shit. It was just like, you know, like a kid. You watch wrestling and you go, Haoommm, Haoommm, or psh, pow, 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 pow.
Right. It's like barbaric. Like.
Yeah, you know, it is. It's kind of barbaric. I guess it's the testosterone. I don't know what it is. Man. But let's talk about like you and anxiety.
Yeah.
So let's go from high school, you barely believing in yourself, and now you're catching on to the offense. You're starting to become something.
Right.
Like, do you see yourself going to the NBA?
Not anymore, because I know.
Not
but at that time.
At that time.
Yes, at that time, absolutely. You know, because that was just my dream. You know, I knew I was talented at other sports too, but at that time, basketball was just the best fit. You know, for me, as far as the love, the talent. You know. And yeah, it was just something I always dreamed of. I used to write essays about it in school. You know, it was, you know, I would watch a lot of film on players, and you know, you would get the shoes, the jerseys growing up and stuff of your idols. So I remember growing up. Growing up, my favorite player was Ray Allen.
Woo,
and Nick
that's
Van
crazy.
Exel. And Nick Van Exel, when he was with the Lake Show, his rookie year, like that was like, because he was a lefty. I'm left-handed, so I always admired him and watched his game, you know, because he was such an effective left-handed player. So, yeah, Nick the Quick, man. Shout out to Nick the Quick and Ray Allen.
So you go from, like, starting to really understand the game, being really good, and then what happens?
I struggled my first couple years in high school. I was really good with club ball. That kind of took a minute too. I started off bad, just like anything else anybody would.
Was it bad because of doubt, or was it because of skill?
It was skill and the physicality, because you have to learn that when you're just a young pup. You know, it's something new. Of course, when you're young, you're not built into your man muscular body yet until later on. So I was a late bloomer. I didn't really get into my manly features until I got to college. So in high school, I was a skinny twig. You know, I was kind of tall, but not that tall.
I used to try to
as I am now.
And now you come in here, I'm like, who is this nigga?
So I think, man, when I started off high school, I had to be like 5'5", dude, and now I'm 6'4".
Damn.
So I didn't really reach a growth spurt until probably like junior, senior year in high school.
That's trippy.
You know, so yeah, man, I was pretty bad my first 2 years. I remember wanting to transfer back to Jordan, or I should not back to Jordan because I was never there, but I did play summer league with them. So I wanted to go back home, you know, and be with my friends and family. But I was like, you know what, let me stay loyal to the game, you know, let me stay loyal to the turf. So I was like, okay, let me just stick it out. I didn't like my coaching staff at the time either.
How does a player deal with the coaching staff he doesn't like?
You just gotta stay loyal. You gotta stay down, because, you know, when you end up transferring and moving around too much, it might not be a good situation anywhere else. So you gotta always keep that in the back of your mind. You know, you gotta make sure you're in good with your coaching staff if you do decide to transfer. And at that time, you know, when you're in high school, you can't really. My mom's wasn't gonna let me move around like that, you know. So, and then you got to sit out a year too if you transfer. At least back at that time.
Wow. Yeah.
So I would have wasted a high school year that I would have needed for sure to get better and develop. And so I just stayed there. I stayed at Lakewood.
So after high school, where did it take you?
After high school, I played my first year at Cerritos College. I was 1 year and out.
Hello.
Yeah, I was 1 year and out, man.
My bad.
1 year and out there because I had the grades, and they call it an NCAA qualifier. So if you had good SAT scores, good GPA, they would let you play 1 year, and I have to stay for 2, and you can just go to the 4-year university. So after Cerritos, I remember I was coming off the bench. I didn't really get along with my teammates chemistry-wise.
How is that like? Like, how do you
Oh,
deal
man.
with, like, not getting along with your teammates? Any fights? Any
I came close a few times.
Wow.
A few times. And it was a you know, a few dudes that was really calling my bluff, you know, because they didn't think I was from Long Beach, you know. and they thought I was just a suburb kid, spoiled, you know, spoon-fed. So they would pick on me, you know, and try to bully me and stuff like that, and you know, talk shit about me. So it was a few times where I got into a couple scuffles where I had to get down, you know, and knuckle it up, you feel me, and let them know, like, look, I ain't no punk. You ain't about to bully me. You ain't about to, you know, try me at all. You ain't about to play with me. You feel me?
That nigga said, I am Brandon, and I'm nobody's bitch. So I'm letting all you guys know I'm taking on all fades. I will not be spreading my cheeks.
Yeah.
You will not take these cookies. I don't give a damn.
Pause. You know what I'm saying?
And so, do you then go overseas?
No. Went to Cal State Bakersfield after I was at Cerritos. Spent the year there, and I just couldn't take it. It was horrible. Like, horrible city to be in. Probably the worst season of my basketball career. And
Can't just shit on Bakersfield like that. Bakersfield,
oh my God.
Fuck you niggas. No.
Man.
what was really bad about Bakersfield? There's nothing there.
Just nothing there, nothing to do. I'm a city kid, you know, being from Long Beach, LA. It's like it's
Did
a lot
you felt
to do over
alone there too?
I did. I stayed in the dorms all the time. That was all I did. I would go to a few teammates' houses off campus, but that was about it. Just to chill, you know, watch a lot of TV, movies, you know, study the game with them, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, couldn't take it, man. I mean, the dorm life was cool though. I met a lot of people from the Bay, a lot of people from that I didn't think would be there, like LA cats, Sacktown cats, you know what I'm saying? So I made some good friends there, you know, especially with the ladies too, you know. That was like a whole nother experience.
Is that the point in your life where you start really noticing you were a ladies' man?
Nah, I didn't have no confidence at that time. Still,
let's talk about. I mean, honestly,
no confidence.
And it's so crazy hearing this because it's just like, yo, this nigga was bad. What do you mean, no confidence?
Man.
And I was the same way. It's just like, as a black individual, not all black people, but certain one of us is like, sometimes we feel bad, like praising what we do,
right?
And we awkward in certain situations,
right?
And I think it seems like we have like the same thing as like, if I walk into a situation where people are welcoming me and they like really love me and accept me, that's sometimes the most scariest room to be in because you don't want to let anybody down.
Yeah.
And you're so used to everybody betting against you.
Yeah.
So like that loneliness is almost like, it's like your protection.
Right. It's like a shell, you know, it's a guard, it's like your shield, you know. It's like being a 300 Spartan, you know, and you got your shield and you don't want to let nobody in, you know what I'm saying?
Spartan. What did he say? He said, take everything. Give them nothing. Like, I'm like, ugh.
Hey, that movie's epic, man.
That
1 and 2.
That movie made me want to go head up with God himself, bro. Like the way how he, like, that's one of the greatest movies. I think every man, and I say every woman too.
Yeah.
Like that's going into your craft. Like you have to watch 300.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You learn so much from that.
Man, and now let's get to you going overseas.
Yeah.
You were able to go to 3 different countries?
I went to 4.
4, nigga.
4 different ones. The Philippines. Nicaragua.
Is it hot
Italy
water in
Spain.
Nicaragua?
You could say Nicaragua or
Nigga water.
If you want to throw the Spanish on it, you know.
I call it nigga waters. What else?
Italy and Spain.
Italy and Spain.
Yeah.
Now going over there, what was it like with the ladies?
It was dope. Certain countries you can't really, you know, you don't want to take the risk of that because they kind of rugged, you know. It's like, you in a third world country, you don't want to mess with the women out there. You know what I'm saying? Diseases and STDs, you name it, they got it, you know.
Wow.
So
what about the blue waffle? Have you heard of the blue waffle?
Yeah, definitely.
I barely just learned about the blue waffle, and it's the worst thing. I mean, if you look it up, I mean, wear a condom and a mask, ladies and gentlemen.
Facts.
Okay, Did you catch anything?
Nah, hell no.
Did you have any scares?
Always stay protected. Even when I was, out here, you know what I'm saying, in playing JUCO, playing university life, being at Cal State Bakersfield, being at transferring to Long Beach State, I came across a lot of women, man. A lot. And it's because you have that certain level of fame. You know what I'm saying? You're playing on ESPN. At your door?
Can you escape it?
Man, they're at the locker room, dude. At your door, at the dorm, off-campus spot, whatever.
Is that scary?
No, it's a confidence booster.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of scary because, you deal with anxiety, nervousness. It's like, okay, if you're not that type of cat to get girls to begin with, it's a challenge, But when you have fame and women think you're going to make all this money if you get to the league, you got, you know what I'm saying? You killing, you got about what? That's what, maybe 75% of the battle? Dealing with a girl that looks for those kind of things?
That's true. And is there knowing why they like you?
Right.
Is that like a situation where it makes you angry in a sense? Or can you feel the intentions coming off of them?
At that time, no, because I thought at that time that they liked me for me, and boy, was I wrong, because once you graduate and you're not in the NBA, they don't really know who you are anymore. Now, if you're playing international, the only way they would know you, of course, now is through social media. Thank God for the power of that, but when you're on a platform,
media, there's no panties.
Man, at that time. Man, at that time, there was no social media like that. I mean, all we had was MySpace and Twitter.
MySpace, wow.
Facebook, So
wow.
We didn't have Instagram like that. Yeah. I didn't get an Instagram till my first year coming out of college, maybe, or second year coming out of college. So it was like they knew me from being on ESPN, Fox Sports Net, CBS, you know what I'm saying, in the paper, internet, Google, you know what I'm saying? That was it.
And this is crazy that we're talking about this because this is getting so good, ladies and gentlemen, because you dealt with two things that we talked about earlier. Number one, let's talk about how them shins.
Yeah,
need
man.
To be, Cam, what was wrong with the shins?
The shins need ventilators.
Nigga, have
man.
you ever seen somebody's shins getting a ventilator? I've never heard. What was that scary for you?
It was scary, man. Scary time. And this happened when I was at Long Beach State playing ball. I caught the injury bug, which is the main reason why I didn't go league, didn't get to the NBA. And basically, I was doing a conditioning workout where I overexerted my body. But mentally, I was still, fighting through it. Told myself to stop a few times and just didn't do it, just kept running. And at the end of the workout, I had a muscle breakdown. So everything from the waist down locked up, and I couldn't walk. So it took me months to learn how to walk again.
Pause. I got to ask this question.
Yeah.
Was the penis working?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as that working, nigga, you good.
Right. But really, it wasn't working, though. I'll take that back because I had acute kidney failure, too, which is temporary kidney failure, and they got to get all your fluids inside of your body for them to start working again,
to have
functioning.
that, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting, but to have that acute kidney failure, what do you feel? Because there are probably a lot of us that probably feel it and don't even know. How did you?
You don't feel it.
Oh my God.
You don't feel it, actually. So the only symptom I had where I knew I had it was when I had to piss and nothing was really coming out. Only little drips, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a normal,
flow.
Flow. So that's when I knew I something was wrong.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you really have to go pee and only 3 drips go out, nigga, take your ass to the doctor. Call your physician.
Immediately.
Call your doctor. If you
Immediately. Don't even mess around.
and it's interesting you telling us all these things. You had to overcome that, and then you get shot.
Yeah, man.
What the fuck? Why would you want to shoot Brandon?
Man. Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of my friends at that time reached out. Everybody reached out because a lot of them were just in disbelief. What?
When did this happen?
Such a good person. How could this happen to you? And this happened, want to say 2015, 16.
Wow.
Yeah, about 4 years ago now, man. 4 or 5 years ago, and I was playing in the Drew League at the time.
Damn. So have you ever
I
played
play in the
against
Drew
James
League
Harden?
every year. I try to, at least when I'm out here. I always do.
Did you play against James Harden?
I haven't played against James yet, but I played against DeMar DeRozan.
How did you stack up?
Didn't really do too well. I mean, with the minutes and the playing time I had, it was kind of hard for me to go crazy with it. But when you only get limited minutes, you can only do so much. So say defensively, I did well. But
so say if we gave you 30 minutes,
yeah,
you in full shape.
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan is across from you. Do you think you can fuck him up?
Hell yeah,
and ladies and
I think I can fuck up anybody with
even
those
Kevin
minutes.
Durant.
Yeah, yep.
This dude is
I know
cold.
it'll be a challenge. I'm not trying to be arrogant or toot my own horn, but I just believe in myself. I got confidence. You know what
How
I'm
does
saying?
that feel to go from not believing to now knowing who the fuck you are?
Right. You just learn. The older you get, the wiser you get, and you start to build confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because you realize the details of everything that you put into it, the work, you know. And once you master your craft, a lot of stuff, you know, that I'm sure if there's any football player, NFL players, MLB players, NBA players, it's like you still see some of the basics that you learned playing as a kid.
Touchdown.
But you just on a larger scale.
On another level.
So it was like, you know, when I play in those games in the Drew League and stuff like that, I'm able to match my talent against theirs. And a lot of the stuff that I'm able to do comes from learning as a kid.
Right.
Some of the things are still the same.
The fundamentals.
Fundamentals.
I'm sorry I grazed over, but you got shot, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, let's talk about that whole situation, if you don't mind.
No doubt. I love talking about it because, number one, I'm blessed to still be here. But at the same time, it brings awareness to people who think it might not happen to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's powerful because, you know, you don't have to be doing anything, man. You could just be in the way, and it can happen. You know, it happens so fast, split second. You know,
like so. What happens? Like you. Where were you coming from?
I was in Inglewood.
You was in
Inglewood.
Inglewood is always up to no good. And then,
man, boy, ain't that the truth?
you know, I got my damn Amazon stolen from me in damn Inglewood.
Damn.
On Gateway, getting off the damn, what is that, the 405 freeway?
Damn,
They
dude.
took the whole Amazon truck, nigga. I was fired, obviously. But fuck me. So, like you got shot. So like, where were like, okay, before you get shot, you get in the car.
Yeah. I was dropping my my friend off at the time.
Dropping his friend off at the
home.
time. Think about it.
Actually,
what time was it?
This was 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night.
So I shouldn't have even been out at that time, you know. And I'm a night owl, so I'm always up late. Not really an early bird, but I'm trying to work that into my regimen. But yeah, man, I was always staying out late, man. Always just, you know, whether it's having fun or going out or whatever. So on this particular night, I'm going to take my friend home. He forgot his, I guess his keys or whatever, and then he had to hop back in the whip with me. So his peoples that he was staying with, they wasn't home. So I think we went to a friend's house over there for a few hours, and we was like in the studio. They had like an in-home studio. So I was kicking it with a couple cats that I didn't know. And
did you ever feel any sense of danger at this particular time?
To be honest, as soon as I went to that city, I felt it.
You could just feel it.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel something, get the fuck up out of there.
Right.
But go ahead.
Because when you hear about cities like Inglewood, South Central, you know,
Compton, Watts, L.A., Long Beach.
You ain't got no choice but to think of, you know, the theories that have already been made out there. You know, things that have happened to people that have already passed away or been in that situation. So that was always in the back of my mind. It's just even going over there. So I remember telling my friend, like, man, I don't even really want to go. But, you know, I wanted to support him. He was making music at the time, still making music. And Shout out to Rick, man.
What up, Rick?
Ricky Cash, you know.
Cash too?
Ricky Cash, yeah.
Ricky Cash, my nigga, keep the dream alive.
Yeah, man. Grew up with him, you know. It wasn't a situation where I was with someone I didn't know or didn't feel comfortable with, so I wanted to support him just like he supported me with my basketball stuff. So I took him to over there to the in-home studio. We laying down tracks, or he's laying down tracks. I'm just chilling, you know, trying to get acquainted with the other two cats. And actually, one of the people that was there too was an actor that we know. What's his name, man? He was the kid in Big Mama's house.
Ooh, that's too far.
Joshua
Hercules. No.
Joshua something. Washington. Joshua Washington. Shout out to him, man. Good dude, you know. So
you get
kicking it in there with him.
Mm-hmm.
They laying down tracks. We get in the car. We leave.
What time is it around this time?
It's 11.
Okay.
So we got there like around like 6 or
Okay.
I'm sorry, like 7, 8, or 9, somewhere
Okay.
around there. So we leave. We get in the car, and at that time,
are you feeling danger when you get in the car?
No, I didn't see anybody out. I remember it was dark, no lights really on the street like that. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, which is I think the main reason I got shot, was I was driving a SS Impala at the time.
Why is it? You know, I'm glad you say this.
And that's like the main car that always gets
SS or a lowrider, you gonna die. If you wear Chucks or certain kind of Air Force Ones or Jordans, you probably gonna die.
Yeah,
you know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like, but go ahead.
It's like a Target. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the SS Impala, man. I had a silver SS Impala sitting on like 26s, right?
Oh.
The bells and whistles, the works, like, you know, sound systems, the subbing. I had the in-dash, like the.
Was you blasting music that night?
I probably was, but I remember when I left, I wasn't. I was just at the stoplight, you know. Once we pulled off the street, I remember my boy showed me something on his phone, which is how I kind of got distracted.
So you
and
driving?
I'm looking at the phone.
You driving? He's next to you. You at a stoplight.
We at the stoplight. We was on Centinela and Hyde Park.
Oh my God, it's dark as shit right there.
Right.
Man, and listen, if anybody of power that's in Inglewood, put some goddamn lights up over there, like real shit. Like it's even next to the park, because it's a park over there.
It's a liquor store right there, and
Light
it's a park
it up,
over there.
bro.
Yep. I don't know what hood that is, but from what I heard, it's like the 6-0s, the Centinela Bloods be over there, Inglewood Fams, I heard. I heard it was a Latino gang over there too, Inglewood Latino gang. And just that's like the spot where it go down.
Everything goes down.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know this until I spoke to the detective afterwards. You know what I'm saying? He was able to inform me about all this stuff. But
you looking
I'm at the stoplight. I'm looking down at his phone. He's showing me something. And I didn't check my surroundings when I was at the light. It was a long light too.
Right. Oh, that light is
long
fix
as
the
hell.
fucking light, because it's been fucked up like that for years. It probably still is.
Yep. So I'm looking down, man, and next thing you know, I hear a couple shots, but I'm thinking it's like some firecrackers because it was around the 4th of July.
On which direction do you feel the shots coming in? Left, right, behind you, in front of you?
Honestly, the impact of the bullets when they hit you, your body naturally goes into shock, and you naturally close your eyes because of the impact. So imagine somebody socking you in your face, you're just naturally gonna blink. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know where it was coming from at all. I didn't see anything. All I know is my eyes was closed, and I'm just like, oh shit! Like, what the fuck?
In that moment, do you feel like death?
At that moment, yeah. It definitely crosses your mind. Like, damn, I'm really about to go out like this. Like, damn. Like,
are you upset? Are you scared? Obviously, you're scared.
Scared as hell. But if I had to describe the feeling of it,
are you grabbing your homeboy? Are y'all like almost climbing on top of each other?
Nah, we just kind of like trying to stay still because
you don't know where you
don't know where everything's coming from. You don't know, what direction. You don't know if you move this way, you can get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. So you kind of try to like just put yourself in a little ball and curl up, and try to just wait till it's over.
And so, like, how long does the shots ring out? Do you drive off? Do you just stay there?
Man, it felt like.
Does your homeboy say anything?
All right, so this what happened. So as I'm feeling these shots, right?
You feeling them in your body?
I'm feeling them, and if I had to describe the feeling, it felt like 10 people jumping me at one time.
Damn, how many times you got shot?
5.
So like, were they in what parts of your body?
Twice in my arm, once in my back. That was the one where I really thought I was gonna be gone. But once in my thigh, and then once in my other thigh, and this one went through, so it grazed the back of my calf too. Yeah.
So did you were you even thinking about basketball at this point?
Nah, just thinking about surviving, man. I'm in my mind. I'm just like, yo, God, just help me. Get me out of this situation.
What's your homeboy name that's in that car too?
Ricky Cash.
Ricky Cash. Did he get hit?
You know what's crazy about him is he had a bullet hole go right through his hat.
Oh my God.
He had a hat on, dude, and it went in and out of his hat.
But it didn't touch him.
And it didn't even graze him.
Lord have mercy.
So
and the hat is on his head.
Right. So I'm thinking like, yo, he was more blessed than me, because if he would have got hit in the head 9 times out of 10, you gone. You know what I'm saying? Or you brain dead, or you vegetable after that.
So did the car ever pull up close on you, or it came from a distance? Or was it somebody just walking?
I think somebody pulled up and hopped out the car and started spraying.
Out and started dumping.
Yeah,
and then
that's
he
what I
hops
think.
in and drive off?
Yeah, I think so.
And then you just stayed there?
No, I peeled out as soon as and thank God for Rick, because he kind of like, when people get shot and they're trying to survive and people are clapping and they're trying to keep them awake, that's kind of what he did when I got hit. He was just like, yo, Nev, like, he snapped me out of it because I froze up. I kind of like was like, yo, because when you get hit like that, it hurts, man. So you just sitting there like, damn, like, I'm like, like, just in pain, bro. And he was just like, yo, snap out of it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So he basically snapped me out of it, and I just peeled out. I pressed on the gas,
driving,
and I got on.
Where did you go?
I ran a couple lights because I thought maybe they
were behind you, still trying to get you?
Still trying to get me.
Paranoia
following.
sets in.
Yeah. So I ran a couple stoplights. That's risky because you got cars coming.
Fuck that.
But luckily it's late at night. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really no cars like in an intersection like that. So I stopped at a gas station where I knew there'd be cameras at. So at this mind, I'm just thinking strategic. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a mastermind.
Not
at this
even
point.
hospital.
Yeah. So Rick, he hops out the car and he's trying to get help at this point. He go to the cashier, like, hey, call the 911, call the police, call the ambulance.
And while you in the car, what are you thinking?
Praying. I'm praying, just giving it to God. Like, Lord, if you take me now, just take my soul. You know what I'm saying? You got it, but at the same time, I'm trying not to panic, because I heard that if you panic, you can bleed out and pass away like that too. So I'm just trying to stay calm, but at the same time, I'm just scared, bro. I'm scared more than anything. So yeah, bro. So he gets help. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, the police came pretty fast, but the ambulance took like 15 minutes, 30. It felt like 30 minutes. So I'm thinking like, damn, it's over, because they taking forever. You know what I'm saying? And so I get to the hospital. Matter of fact, before that, I'm in the truck. And the dude, the ambulance guy, shout out to him, man. I don't know his name, but black dude, he's like, yo, what the fuck was you doing over here, man? Like, are you crazy? You're not supposed to be over here. You from Long Beach, like, you're not even from over here. So that's when I was like, yo, I can never put myself in that situation again.
Wow.
But when I went to the hospital, dude, it was crazy, because once I went in the ER, it was like a whole bunch of students, college students, or people in the medical field trying to get their weight up, trying to get experience. So they got all these clipboards, and I feel like I'm in a movie at this point.
Yeah.
And they just taking notes. And then they have the head chief doctor who's like describing what happened, right, to the students. So he's like, yeah, he knew everything about me within like that short amount of time from being shot, getting to the ambulance, to the hospital. He knew like all this information. So he's just going down the list. Hey, this guy is such and such years old. He's from whoop, whoop, whoop. His name is whatever. Like, he was over here. He was doing this, and this is how it happened. So I'm just like, yo, how the fuck did he know all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So they just taking notes, students trying to, you know. And I remember they put me in a back room, and they had to put me through the, I want to say the MRI machine or the CAT scan machine or something. And I remember it was like a big tube. So I just go through it, and they're just trying to like give an x-ray basically to see where the bullets was located at on my body. See if I had to get surgery or if I had to do anything strenuous, you know. So luckily I didn't have to get any surgeries.
Praise God.
You know, praise God, man. Shout out to God, man.
Did you ever like get mad at God? Did you ever feel like, what the fuck, why would this happen to me?
No, not at all. Because I know that, you know, just being raised in church, I know that he's the creator of everything. He's able to bring you into this world and take you out. So I was just blessed that he kept me here, you know, and it wasn't my time, you know.
And on that segue, ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave you with the Now, bro, after you get shot, what's the road to come back after that?
Definitely had to heal up first. You know, the healing process was painful because you just feel like the sensation of getting shot, dude, is like you're getting burned. It feels like you're on fire. So that's how the healing process was. It felt like when I was aching and having those pains, it was like I felt like I was just getting burned, like, you know. So I had to recover from that. And and yeah, man, and just you know, once I was good to go and my skin healed up and all that, I just took it one step at a time. Started exercising a little bit, not going too crazy, but just a bit at a time, day at a time. And then I went from that to getting back on the court.
What did like after you surviving that? Did that create like more of a beast in you? Did it make you more timid? Did it make you more grateful? Did it make you more? What did it do for you?
Definitely more grateful. To never take anything for granted. Of course, I know that's cliche, but that's the main thought you have moving forward. You know, just live every day like it's your last. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just being a beast, like whatever, like maximize anything that you do from here on out. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole mentality. Whether it's basketball, whether it's doing business, anything I love to do, I gotta maximize it. I gotta level up and master it, because when you're gone, all you have is your obituary and your legacy.
That's right.
And you want that obituary to be filled up. You know, when people read your obituary, like, okay, he did this, that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishments, goals that you were able to accomplish. So that's how I think today. That's how I thought from day one when I recovered.
And what is next for D-Nev, man?
Oh, man. You know what's crazy, man? I tell people this all the time. When I was international playing overseas and stuff, I had so much time to think because I would only train or play in the game for, 3-4 hours out of the day? So there would be days off from practice. I had so much time to think, or just, you know, I did a lot of partying, of course, but I also would be at home just sitting in my bed, just, you know, watching YouTube and stuff like that, being on social media. It got old, you know, so I had to think, like, okay, what else could I do? You know, I like to read too, so I spent some time reading, but I had to tap into things that I love to do. So when I came back out here, I had a whole plan. You know what I'm saying? I had so much time to think about what I wanted to do out there when I get back here. So now that I'm back, I'm tapping into, I got my degree in finance. So yeah, man. So I want to get my CPA, do taxes on the side. You know what I'm saying? I just bought a camera, trying to get into photography, videography. You know, with basketball, I can always definitely want to continue doing that, but at the same time, the longevity of it when I'm done playing is to start like an academy for the kids, for the youth. You know what I'm saying? So they can stay off the street, like how I was when I was coming up. Parents got to work, man. So those kids, man, they need a place to go when they get out of school. You know what I'm saying? And what better way than to have them play basketball? And just learn how to get there, because everybody got a different route.
Straight up.
Some kids get there from who they know. Some kids get to the league just off of pure effort and just determination. Everybody's got a route, man. Some people quit, start gangbanging, doing drugs. So it's like I want to be the backbone for the youth coming up to stay focused and stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? But also, too, I do love music, too. So I do want to, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to do the time management to do a lot of things, but it's good to think about and always, shoot for. So maybe producing, engineering, too, man. I mean, I don't want to be a rapper or a singer. Shout out to them that are able to do that, but I kind of like being behind the scenes, making the money, So if I can get a certain percentage of making a beat or engineering or mixing something for an artist, then, I'll be cool with that.
Touchdown. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you another performance. And no, I'm not going to introduce him, because we do all this shit in post, nigga. So whatever entertainment video you see, best believe they finna fuck you up. You feel me? You know what? It might be Zxire.
Did you ever really love me, baby? Or was it all just something to say? I feel how you apart me lately. Maybe I'm just too much for your plate. 'Cause I see it in your eyes. Get annoyed by my tries and my strides just to love you, be your peace at night. And instead of being mine, you only confuse my mind. 'Cause I know I'm too good for your wandering eyes. So did you ever really love me? No, I don't think that you did. And I think I found the answers I needed. In every after effect of this, I was there and you were lonely. That's all that this is. And I know you'll regret it, but not the way that I did. 'Cause I know I put you first, lived through the hurt, and baby, that wasn't real. And now somehow that's worse, knowing you never really loved me, in spite of all of my pain. So you were never thinking of me. So all my hurt was in vain, knowing you never really loved me, in spite of every plan. Oh, time was holding nothing, whenever holding your hand.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Haoommm After the Show. I am here with B Nev. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that he's got some great things coming. And for all the youth, I know we cussing a lot, but for all the youth, men, even women, everybody out there, like, this is somebody you need to follow, and he's an inspiration. And this is where you can find him at.
Follow me on Instagram at Nev562_, Snapchat, B_Nevens. Look me up on Eurobasket, you hooping, LinkedIn. Brandon Nevens on LinkedIn. Let me see, Brandon Nevens on Facebook. Twitter, B Nevens. I'm all over the place, as you can see. So, yep.
And folks, in closing, remember, life is going to throw you twists and turns. It's going to be days where you're probably going to think you're going to die. It's going to be days where you're going to want to quit. It's going to be days when you feel like you're not going to make it out. But what B. Nev has taught us is that if you keep just focusing on one day at a time, I've been shot, let me just get healthy, get your mind right, get a plan together, and you too will be unstoppable. So ladies and gentlemen, get the fuck up out my face, and you have a great day. I love you. Haoommm. I need my privacy. I gotta go shit.
Haoommm Radio.
Hez, I really don't have to go Google. That was just...